A loner, awkward, obsessive. That's how the sister of the Capital Gazette shooter described her brother in court today.
WMAR 2 News' Abby Isaacs live right outside the courthouse today, and Abby tells us more about what happened in this testimony.
She was visibly nervous, holding back tears and at times breaking down, reliving her relationship with her estranged brother, the gunman. She said today in court was the first time she's seen him in person in 6 years. She told his defense attorney she could only recall one friend he ever had aside from her, that she put an effort to help him and make him happy, but the relationship was one-sided. After high school, he and his mom got into a fight over utilities, and he disowned her, moving out and in with his sister. Even then, she said it was kind of awkward. When he moved into a studio apartment in Laurel a few months later, she kept in touch with him. Years later, in 2011, he told her about the criminal harassment charges he faced from an online relationship with a high school classmate. She said she had to keep her opinions to herself because she didn't want to upset him. When he got upset, he would remove people from his life. So she was there to listen as he went through a years-long legal battle over what he perceived as defamation in the Capital Gazette article published after he pleaded guilty. 2015 was the last time she saw him. A University of Baltimore School of Law professor says she's an important witness for the defense.
When you have a terrible, terrible incident like what's happened in this case, there is so much anger and a desire to punish the person who did it, humanizing the defendant and showing that they are a full three-dimensional person. They are more than just this terrible act. I think in and of itself is very valuable and helpful to get the jury to be able to then take the step of let's look at the mental health evidence.
He expects prosecutors will try to establish that even if a person has had a hard life, it doesn't mean they qualify for this defense as failing to understand the criminality of their actions due to mental health disorders.
You can ask a question like, I understand he didn't have a lot of friends. Many people don't have lots of friends, right? And yet they don't do terrible things. Or even when he didn't have friends, he understood the quality of his actions.
The state's attorney was able to ask her a few questions before the court broke early because of the tornado warning. The jury learning that he was involved in a running club and a chess club. The state's starting to build its case that he was capable of having relationships. In Annapolis, Abby Isaacs, WMAR 2 News.